Hi everyone, I hope you're okay. It's the 25th of March 2024. I'm Gary Waterman, a former police officer, a Christian and a victim of this absolutely atrocious system of fraud that seems to have been implemented by our very own government. If you haven't already looked at my videos, then please go and check them out on Gary Truth Sets Us Free. That's at Gary Truth Sets Us Free on YouTube. It does appear as though those videos are being suppressed. And I urge YouTube, please, to ensure that you allow that content to come through, okay? All of the information is being circulated around the world through documents. Some incredible people contacting me, amazing support, and it's building every single day. It's absolutely huge. But the purpose of this video is to give you an update regarding the specific child protection case on the Isle of Wight in Hampshire that I've been highlighting recently. Great news in that a crime reference number has now been generated. Okay, the Metropolitan Police were in contact with the family and that has now been generated. Now, I'm not getting hopes up too much, but that does suggest that they are starting to look into this. It should have been generated a long time ago, but let's see what happens. Let's see where this leads. Now, I'm going to put the crime number in the description of the video. Okay, so if anyone needs it in future, they can have that. The family are happy that I provide that information, as well as the officer that spoke to the family. But, however, let me talk about the wider implications in all of this. Okay, now I've still had no contact whatsoever from Hampshire and Isle of Wight Police myself, okay, either or from the Metropolitan Police via the family's request, which they've asked them to contact me. Also, I've had no response from over 650 members of Parliament and councillors. And don't forget, they've all been sent the evidence, they've been sent the video links as well. No contact whatsoever. You may have seen the call that I put into Action Fraud myself at least 2 or 3 weeks ago now. I can't remember the exact date, but you'll see the video. No response whatsoever from anyone. Remember, I'm a former police officer. I've got overwhelming, irrefutable evidence of government fraud. Nobody appears to be trying to address it. In fact, they're all trying to bury it and hide it and conceal it. And all they're doing is emphasising their guilt in this situation. They must start speaking out about this. Now, Action Fraud are the first port of call for any reporting of fraud. That is what everyone is advised to do. Now, I'm going to show you a link in the description to a video of somebody that went undercover in relation to Action Fraud. Obviously, I didn't create that video, so I'm just showing you what somebody else has done. And it shows how abysmal it actually is. And I'm not trying to take away from the people actually in that department, but this shows how complicit the government are in relation to even taking reports for the fraud, but more importantly being complicit in the actual fraud itself through Companies House. I urge you to look at that video and you'll see how terrible it is. And remember, I have had no response from Action Fraud at all. So I have basically what I've thought is, okay, what can we do about this? Because we need to apply pressure. We need something to happen with this. It must happen. There is no going back from this, okay? This information is going worldwide. There is an international child trafficking ring. It's really quite clear to see now. And I'm getting evidence coming in from all over the place. Even people within services, okay, within the social care sector are now starting to come forward and speak to others who are then contacting me about it. I'm getting information and, importantly, evidence all the time to show how seriously corrupted the child protection service seems to be, and the care services around children. It's so big, it's huge, and more people are now coming forward in relation to that. So what I've done is I've contacted every single police force within the UK, and I've generated a reference number for that call. And I'm going to show you that in a minute, but it also links through to the YouTube video where all the documents and evidence is being shown as well. So it's really, really important. And I urge every one of you, okay, not the emergency line, of course, do not use the police emergency line. Phone up your forces from the references, and I will put them all in the description of the video. Look at where your force area and what covers where you live, and phone them up and express your concern, okay? Make a recording of whether if you think you're a victim in relation to this in any way, report it. Let's flood the system and the organisations with the peaceful protest through reports, through phone calls. You're seeing the evidence. They're trying not to. Let's make sure they do, because as soon as they see this evidence, they'll have to do something, okay? If they don't, there's going to be serious problems here. So please have a look at them and call up. I'll show you the list anyway now and what I've put in relation to it. So as I said, I will put most of this information in the description of the video, okay? But just to show you, I urge you to go and quickly look at this video. No particular issues with the people here, okay? I'm not saying they're up to anything they shouldn't be or done anything wrong, but watch this video, okay? The link for it is here, and it's somebody that goes undercover in action fraud, and you'll see how poor the government system of even taking reports of this are, and I've experienced this firsthand now, so you can go and look at that link. I'll put it down in the description. This is the information provided by the family, okay, in relation to the specific child protection case. Okay, so this is the crime reference number that's now been created. The officer that provided that crime reference number, I presume that's a collar number, and they're based at Hillingdon. But the same report has pretty much gone to all of these forces that I'm going to show you now, and I'm going to read it to you. So here is an example of the summary of the report made to each police force across the UK, made in writing and online through their websites. The reference numbers for each force, each report, is shown below. I am a former police officer. Now, you only get limited information. If any of you use this, again, this is appears to be another deliberate attempt to limit the report of the crimes coming through. So it is limited, and I'll just to explain, it's quite a short synopsis of what's happening. I'm a former police officer with 18 years service, a Christian and a victim of this fraud. There are millions of victims of international government fraud regarding taxation and real estate that is linked to child trafficking and illegal wars. This is happening through the forgery of Companies House Register, forged incorporation documents and forged bank documents produced by the banks. It links to multiple high-profile deaths, including top police officers and most financial scandals. And then I've put the link for my YouTube channel, okay? So there's no excuse. They can go and look at all of the documents that you're all seeing, all of the evidence that's being presented. There is an almost 100,000-word statement and thousands of supporting documents showing irrefutable evidence of this crime. And all is now within the public domain and circulating the globe through evidential documents and videos, with many challenging members of parliament and refusing to pay tax to compel a change. Now, I haven't circulated my statement. Let me just clarify that. I haven't circulated my statement. That is backed up and supported and ready to go, and that is something that will probably be done very soon, and that will be full exposure of all of the evidence since July 2000, well, before that actually, when I first started finding out about what was going on. And here are all the I've just put in there also, let them all know that my wife and I cannot return home due to disclosure being made to prime suspects, in this case by government organisations. Now, I've mentioned this before. That's absolutely what's happened. I've got evidence of that. So the police forces that should be taking my report have sent or given information to a prime suspect that they're already named. And then, even knowing that and much more, the Independent Office for Police Conduct also then shared my statement, which was sensitive, with that same police force without my consent, putting me, my family and I in serious danger. Okay, so they have done that, and that shows they're complicit to all of this. And as you know from the other videos, I've got evidence linking the heads of many of these organisations through to this system of fraud. Now, I anticipate there's lots of things going around about a cyber attack going on. It's possible there'll be a staged cyber attack by our government to try and wipe out all of this evidence. Now, if this video gets removed because I've said that, that will show how complicit they are, because they removed another video, and the only reason they would have removed it is because I mentioned that, okay? But it will be going on multiple platforms, so they can't remove all of them. So these are all the reference numbers. Some of them you'll see as you go through. You can pause these, but I will copy them, as I said, down on the in the description. So I've generated all of these reports under my name, but you can call up and reference them yourselves. There should be a space there. There's a couple that you'll see I wasn't able to actually generate a reference. This one, for example, couldn't get a reference, but I've given my details, so you may be able to reference it back to that. So please, again, I urge you all, sorry about this, should be spaces there. I urge you all, phone up, look at the evidence, corroborate it, verify it. You need to know that what I'm saying is the truth. I think you'll all see how seriously significant and concerning this evidence all is. Apply pressure to the system, report it all, please. Contact your local police force, Non-emergency number only, non-emergency number, so that's 101. Okay, you can contact 101 and ask to be put through to your force if you're not already in that area. Okay, you can also contact your members of parliament. I suggest you all do that. Copy the links from my video, which you can get from YouTube, put them onto the email, so even the members of parliament can see the information and evidence that is all verifiable and corroborative on there as well. Okay, contact your councillors. And if you, like me, and feel very strongly about this, you should not be paying your taxes. I can't say that enough. You are now aiding and abetting, becoming complicit to aiding and abetting in all of the crimes that come with this horrendous system of fraud that is being allowed to continue. Remember, there's things they can be doing to stop this. They're not even replying to me. They're not doing anything to stop it. Stop your taxes. Compel the change, please. God bless you all.